Welcome back, viewers. Today I'm going to be making savoury crepes. Pretty easy to make, just basic staples you have in the fridge and the cupboard. So our crepe mix is flour, milk and eggs, and then you can use whatever filling you want. I'm going to use beef, onion, spring onion, garlic, salt and pepper. It's just one of those easy recipes where at the time it's hard to get stuff. So what we'll do is we'll start by making our crepe mix. So our crepe mix is really easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 3 eggs into a bowl. Beat those eggs up. I'm going to add 480 mils of milk. Mix that together. So with your crepes, you want them to be not like a pancake mix. You want it to be very runny. So when you put it in the pan, it'll actually spread really thin across the pan. So in another bowl, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a cup of flour. So what I'm going to grab is a whisk, if I can find where it is, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk that flour as I'm adding the milk and egg mixture. As I said, you want it to be a very runny mix. Whisk that until all the flour is incorporated. As you can see, that is a really runny mix, is what you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the fridge and let that settle in the fridge while I make my filling mix. Okay, for our filling mix, I'm just going to cut up an onion, some spring onions. I'll do that now. So what I'm going to do is I'll put some oil in the fry pan. I'm just going to bring that up to heat. While I'm doing that, cut this up. As I said, you can use anything you want for a mixture. I'll be having just the mince with this. As for my wife, she'll most likely have some rice mixed in with it as well. So what we do is we get all this chopped up, put it in a bowl once you've got it chopped up. We're still having problems trying to find ingredients. We're lucky that we got some pork mince the other day, so next coming week or two we should be able to do some spring rolls. As for other ingredients, they're still hard to find some. I'll put that in the bowl with that. what I'm going to do is I've just got my oil which has been heating up. I'm just going to add the mince into that. I'm just going to brown that mince off. Once that mince is browned off, then I'll add my onion and my spring onion mix. I'll put a bit of garlic in that now. Just a bit of garlic in the mince. And then what we'll do is we'll add our spring onions, our onions and our salt and pepper. So our mince is browned off now. So what we're going to do is going to add our onions and spring onions. Mix that in. And some pepper. And some salt. Mix that through well. What we'll do is we'll cook that off. Just take the heat down a little bit. Let that cook slowly through till your onions are softened and your mince is fully cooked. Once that's happened, we'll come back and I'll show you how to cook your crepes. Our mince mixing now is cooked. So what I'm going to do is just going to take that off the heat, cover that with a lid. Take that out. Cover that with a lid and just let it set there. So what I've got is another fry pan. Just put some oil in that. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of margarine for every crepe that we cook. So what I've got is I've got my mix out of the fridge. Just give that a whisk. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer that into a little jug. That way it'll be easier to pour that into to make the crepes. Just leave it like that, wait for this to heat up. Heat up. This mix you can prepare 1 to 2 days in advance and leave it in the fridge. You can freeze it. But just remember, if you do freeze it, the milk will separate, and it'll take a fair bit to get it to come back in together. So yeah, the crepes you can make them. You can freeze them as well. But if you're going to freeze them, put some baking paper in between each one. That way when they defrost they won't stick together. So our oil and butter's heated up. So we're going to just pour some of this in. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure it covers the base of the pan like that. I'll transfer the rest of that into there. We're going to just turn that heat down just a tad. And what we'll do is we'll just keep an eye on that. You'll see it start to bubble as it's cooking. Once it's pretty well cooked on one side, we'll flip it over and cook it on the other side until they're brown. So what I'll do is I'll cook these up and then I'll show you as I'm preparing them. There you go, our crepes are cooked. Depending on the size of your fry pan, that'll depend your number. Mine being a big pan, I've got 6 crepes. Also make sure you've got a really good non-stick pan, otherwise you'll have a really hard time being so thin. You'll have a really hard time flipping them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my mix that I made up, spread it on. spread it out, and just roll the crepe up. Another one, same thing, some mince, roll it up. And there you have it, folks. Nice and easy to make. You can put a sauce if you want to make a sauce to put on it. I just like it like that. Just check your seasoning of your mince. Salt and pepper. You can add chilies. You can add anything to it you want. You can use any mixture you want for a filling. As I said, my wife, she'll add rice with hers. And hopefully next week might be doing spring rolls. Just have to wait and see. Okay, catch us later. Stay safe. Bye bye.